Welcome in guys to yet another of my build highlight / update videos. This time it is the Mage Hunter, it is the Flames of Ignaffar Fire Ignaffar Mage Hunter that also uses the Mage Slayer set to freeze enemies more so than it could without the set. So the biggest update here on patch 1.1.9.3 is that the Elixir's Rage Flame now has full lightning to fire conversion to Flames of Ignaffar as well, which means you don't have to really use any other global conversion that badly anymore. There is still some frostburn damage of course in the 4-piece Mage Slayer set, and I do have one Bane of the Eternal Pyre as well as the Warp Fire to convert that cold to fire as well. Combustion Band really good nowadays, really nice, and also the green metal, the Bloodthorn Sigil now has lasted to Ignaffar. This actually is a change that happened some patches ago, but I didn't use this on this build yet, so yeah, there is now, and this should be used on this kind of build now. You can also use the Bane Relic instead of Ignaffar's Combustion actually. Other than that, I mean, you could also use it like at another chest, but Faith Fever is like really nice, I would say, for defense on pretty much any caster. Worm Scale Foot Guards for +2 to Aura Sensor and like CC resistances, right? Rune Plates of Ignaffar, I mean, obvious choice, and so on and so on. The other pieces are just like 4-piece Mage Slayer set, right? And then the, well, mythical Warp Fire. Also, the Arcana Weave Cord has +1 to all skills to both Inquisitor as well as Arcanist, so I did switch over to this one again. As you can see, my stats are, they don't look that like good for defense, right? I have like barely 14k health, like 13.6k health, 2.5 KDA. But I mean, you have the Seer, right? You have Mirror, you have tons of absorption, and well, the A is, people joke about the A being optional. It's not even that much of a joke, honestly, anymore on like especially Arcanists. It's kind of fine to like get, but it like actually depends on modifiers and like the enemies that you're fighting, if you want to get crit or not. Like you don't want to get crit by say Ravager, of course, but I mean this kind of build is kind of bad against Ravager anyway. Like I wouldn't even attempt Ravager with this because all Alexstra's Flash Freeze like won't work against Ravager anyway, even with this set. So what this build really excels at is like doing Crucible and Shatter Ram. Like Deep Shards as R is pretty nice for this build, as well as Crucible is pretty nice as well for this build. For super bosses, I mean, you can obviously kill Lokarr with us as well. You will see that in the clip later. But yeah, I mean, for super bosses, just play something else, right? It's not the build for super bosses at all. 21 Fizz as well. I mean, armor is like basically non-existent, and yeah. Also, if you would like to get more DA, right, you obviously can put all the points that I put to Spirit into Physique instead. But I think overall that's not really what the build needs to defeat super bosses, so might as well just go for Spirit and have like a better kill time in Crucible and Shatter Ram instead, right? DPS is actually 300,000, that is quite a lot, with that you also get like a really good like dummy kill time, right? Start killing the dummy here, right? It is like pretty good. I don't have my skeletons on the dummy right now, so I'm like not using the RR from the skeletons right now. Also not really sure if you can even like kill, like freeze the dummies. I think you can, but I mean you get like 15 seconds if you like do this properly, or even less than 15 seconds on the dummy kill time, and also bosses in SR. And the Crucible, if you can freeze them at least, they will just basically be turned to ashes like ASAP, right? Because OFF, if it freezes an enemy, it has 120% fire resistance reduction, so that is insane RR, right? That is insane multiplicative damage for you yourself. And the Mage Slayer set enables that because it has 55% freeze resistance reduction to OFF, which means that, well, enemies being hit by OFF have like a higher chance to be frozen, or like rather also the freeze will like last for a longer duration. There are still some enemies, like some trees or Moosey for example, that you cannot freeze, and then obviously your kill time against those enemies is pretty bad, but overall like this is a very good build. So you play this build, right, you have your seal, you have your OFF, and your Stormbox of course on the enemy, right, and then like once you use OFF you can already like use Creator's Tempest after that to then like freeze the enemy even longer, and like once he like basically gets defrozen, you can like instantly freeze him again. Against enemies that you cannot freeze, I would not do Creator's Tempest to reset OFF with Hourglass, but rather save it to reset the mirror instead, right? You are like still in your Seer, right? And then whenever the enemy like hits you, or like you wanna mirror an attack from the enemy that like hurts you a lot, right? You just mirror up and then like instantly Calidors after that to reset like the cooldown of mirror partially. So the devotion hourglass is like good for various reasons here. It is good to, well, reset OFF and also good to reset mirror or even nullification. Now let me also very quickly go over the skill point allocation, right? 1 point Scandras, max at overload, 8 points elemental balance, soft cap mirror, right? Max at Maven, 6 point conversion, 1 for Calidors, just to have like this as a reliable proc, or like activate for time dilation, right? That's all you need it for. Then max out the OFF. You can get +2 on like a Arcanus prefix on a green item to actually max this out, but I mean I didn't have that, so it's kind of unlucky, I guess. 1 point absolute 0, you don't really need this though. 12 points on a focus, of course, 1 arcane wind, 1 nullification, 10 electricity and 4 into fabrical reality. Inquisitor just max out this and then put as many as you want / need here for like damage to Eldritch Chthonians and also Aether and Chaos resistances. You can definitely like put more than 1 point here. Yeah, and if you're playing softcore, you can also like put less points to Vigor or like less points to whatever you want. That's totally fine as well. Ignaffar, of course, you want to max, right? Intensify, you also want to max. Infernal Purge, you also want to max. These are like for the damage, and then you want to at least 1 point or 12 out of 12 Endless Flame for the energy cost reduction on this ability, right? Either 11 or 12 is like what you want to get at, and if you have like really good energy, then 1 point is enough. I think this 11 points might actually just be 1 point as well for me. Then of course you want to max out the Seer, right, for defense and 1 point Arcane Empowerment, and max out the Aura of Censure for both enemy damage reduction as well as resistance shred, and then 1 point the Stormbox for like proccing another devotion basically, and yeah, also for the Shroud, it's not that bad either. And then always 4 points to Deadly Aim, which in this case is also only 1 point. For devotions, we actually switched these around a little bit. We have the Hourglass now, right? I didn't have this one earlier. Only 7 out of 10 right now. I mean, obviously you want to max this. But I didn't play this character that much actually. Then Phoenix, Magi, O'Clain's Lantern as tier 2s, as well as Witchblade, right, so last Witchblade. Revenant as well for RR, right, Raise the Dead here, and also for casting speed. This also is not quite maxed out yet, so I'm still like missing some damage from this one. And then Jackal, Viper, Sailor's Guide, Eel, Panther are like the filler tier 1 devotions more or less. You can of course also play it as a Torch and Round's Crown, right? These two are also really good. Then you would have even more damage, but then you cannot play the Hourglass, and then you would not have the ability to like reset your OFF or your Mirror of Eructis. Alright, that's gonna be it for this rather short update video here. Hope you're gonna enjoy this build, and if you haven't checked out the Crucible video yet, you can also check out that one. The link will be down below in the description. And also I'll roll some clips of SR 65 to 66 and Lokarr right now, so enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, let's go to SR 65 here. Let's go. SR Viable Copium. Why Copium there? SR 65 with Copestone. Copestone, yeah. The Wardstone rather. Yeah, Wardstone build, yep. Okay, how do we play this? We just like don't hit threat. Do we have Cruel? No, right? There's no Cruel here. There's Crippling, Leeching, no Cruel. Right? So we just make sure to always stand inside the seals and always freeze, right? Okay, pushing is gonna be a little bit better than Sleeper on this spell though, right? Because like mobility is not that good, so to say. Wait, why did this card get frozen? Why did the Griffin not freeze? I don't know, man. Maybe he was frozen for like a millisecond and I didn't do the reset properly, right? Like quickly enough. I mean, this guy's like perma-freeze, even without anything, right? I don't know. It's good buffed. Stand and seal, DPS real. It's actually 300k DPS in seal, so. And that's like without OFFRR, right? Oh my god, a skill disruption there. Holy fuck, dude. It's like the build's worst enemy, skill disruption. Bile Claw, yeah, this one crab like defeats the build, dude. Losing to one crab. Imagine. Losing to one poison pool crab. Alright, can this guy come over here? Come here. Come. Oh yeah, we can't freeze this guy, right? I forgot. Maybe we should just skip him actually then. Just skip him, right? Like, he's so slow anyway. Yeah, just skip Moosey, like, don't even try. Range Omega Law? Yeah. I mean, the range got buffed though on Ignaffar, right? It has higher range now than before, so the range is better. I can't see the spell being like really good in Crucible though, because like at least you don't have to. Like low mobility builds I feel like are so slow in SR, right? They're good for the boss levels, but for the pre-boss chunks they're like so slow, right? Like, other builds are way quicker than this. For the pre-boss chunks, also I can't see shit what this today. Dude, like, how are you supposed to see anything with this build on max graphics? That's impossible. Definitely not a Nassar speedrunner. You can't see this build being good in Crucible. Why? Because it's too slow, you think? Now in Crucible you don't have to like walk from one end of the room to the other. Right, why are we not freezing that terrain? Oh, because I fucked up the... I'm so bad at doing this, dude. Okay, should we wait 21 seconds now, or what? That was too early. Okay. There we go. And now it's like currently frozen, basically. Okay, I mean, whenever you can't double freeze, you just use mirror instead or something like that. Or you just kill them, I don't know.
Well done.
Well done. Freeze of Rook, Scorpion. Once you cast OFF, enemies will get stuck outside of FOI range. Oh yeah. I mean, let them come to you first and then cast OFF, maybe. I don't know. Or is that cheating? Dude, oh, he was frozen, that's why. He didn't get frozen. Because he's already frozen. Oh shit, Babius. Standings had a tornado, I can't see shit. Like, I could have died there, right, if I don't know. I guess if the build wasn't OP, then I could have died. I mean, is it really OP? Probably not. What the fuck? I might actually like need the last 2 points to OFF to have like max duration against some bosses, right? To like actually perma-freeze some of them. Looks safe for clearing trash mobs. I mean, at least it does do that. Is that a lag though? I don't know. I mean, this area was laggy, that's why. The fastest are those can virus might slash shadow strike around. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Dude, I'm kind of afraid that I'm just gonna die whenever I can't. Holy shit. Whenever I can't, like, freeze stuff, you know? Running from enemies and then running into Alexander is always fun, right? That's always fun. Callback? What? Okay, he was actually perma-frozen there, right? An extension of my will. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit problematic, right? Because between stage 1 and 2, the transitioning is, I don't know, like you don't have your cooldown up instantly again, right? What did I put everything? Hello? Dead, he says. Imagine dying. Oh my god, Lucy? Why? Why Lucy? Like, this would be such a... I really can't freeze, dude. Yeah, like, in highest R, this is like death, right? Lucy is just death. Like, an actual highest R. Should I? I'm not gonna push, right? That's gonna take forever. He still says Doom whenever he's frozen. Yeah. True. Okay, I mean, it's a pretty cool build. This is pretty reliant on you managing the rotation properly though, right? I can see this build being like a lot better in softcore than hardcore, where you can like actually make some mistakes with rotation, so like where it's like fine to get unlucky spawns like Moosey, right? On hardcore this build might be like a little bit too inconsistent for high pushing, I don't know. Okay, so you can't freeze this guy, right? Nope, doesn't look like you can. It's not even that good of a kill time then, right? Against this guy. What the fuck? I got crit, I assume. Or some shit. Holy dude, how is that so bad against Lokarr? Lokarr should be super free, I thought so too. Dude, fuck this music, what is this? Where is his weapon? Why did it despawn? I wanna see his weapon, dude. It was free copium? Okay, I mean it was resistant mutated, right? He had like bonus fire ras, 15%. But still, that was weird.